Welcome to Decor Studio, your go-to channel for inspiring home decor ideas. We're thrilled to share our latest video, diving into the charm of rustic farmhouse and vintage decor with a festive red and white Christmas style. Get ready to transform your spaces with elegant, cozy, and timeless holiday vibes that suit every room. Cozy farmhouse living room. Create a warm, inviting living room with rustic farmhouse charm. Use reclaimed wood furniture, like a distressed coffee table, paired with plush red and white throw pillows. Add a burlap wreath adorned with red berries and fairy lights to enhance the festive feel without overwhelming the space. Incorporate vintage lanterns filled with candles for soft lighting. A red and white checkered throw blanket draped over a neutral sofa adds texture. Place a wooden tray with pine cones and ornaments on the table to tie the Christmas theme together, creating a cozy, nostalgic atmosphere. Vintage dining room elegance. Transform your dining room with vintage-inspired red and white decor. A classic white tablecloth with red embroidery sets the stage. Add antique-style candelabras with red taper candles as a centerpiece, surrounded by greenery like holly or mistletoe for a festive touch. Use vintage china with red and white patterns for place settings. Incorporate wooden chairs with red cushions for comfort and style. A rustic chandelier with exposed bulbs enhances the ambience, making your dining room feel both elegant and holiday-ready without feeling overly modern. For added charm, hang a vintage mirror above a sideboard. Decorate the sideboard with red glassware, white poinsettias, and a garland of pine. This setup creates a cohesive look that blends nostalgia with Christmas spirit, perfect for hosting memorable holiday gatherings. Rustic kitchen accents. Bring rustic charm to your kitchen with red and white accents. Use mason jars painted white to hold red utensils or candy canes. A wooden shelf with vintage red and white enamelware adds functionality and style, perfect for a farmhouse aesthetic. Add a red and white checkered runner on the counter for a pop of color. Display a vintage cookie tin filled with holiday treats as a focal point. Small potted herbs wrapped in burlap and tied with red ribbon enhance the rustic, festive vibe. Hang a chalkboard sign with a holiday greeting in white chalk. Incorporate red and white dish towels with classic patterns. These small touches create a warm, inviting kitchen that feels both practical and festive, ideal for holiday baking and gatherings. Festive entryway charm. Welcome guests with a rustic entryway. A vintage red sled leaning against the wall, decorated with a white scarf and pine branches, sets a festive tone. Add a wooden bench with red and white striped cushions for a cozy touch. Place a galvanized bucket filled with red ornaments and white fairy lights by the door. A vintage doormat with a holiday greeting adds charm. These elements create a warm, inviting entry that blends rustic and vintage styles seamlessly. Hang a red and white wreath with burlap ribbons on the door. Add a small chalkboard sign with a festive message. This setup ensures your entryway feels welcoming and festive, setting the perfect mood for holiday visitors. Cozy bedroom retreat. Create a serene bedroom with rustic Christmas decor. Use a white quilt with red stitching for the bed, paired with plaid pillows. A wooden headboard adorned with a red and white garland adds a festive yet subtle touch to the space. Place vintage suitcases at the bed's foot, stacked with red and white gift boxes. Add a small pine tree in a burlap sack, decorated with white ornaments, for a cozy holiday vibe. This setup feels intimate and festive. Incorporate soft red and white fairy lights around the headboard. A vintage nightstand with a red lamp and white candle completes the look, creating a tranquil retreat perfect for relaxing during the holiday season. Charming outdoor porch. Transform your porch with rustic holiday decor. A wooden rocking chair with a red and white blanket creates a cozy spot. Add a vintage crate filled with red ornaments and pine cones, paired with white lanterns for a festive glow. Hang a red and white striped wreath on the door. Place a small pine tree in a galvanized bucket, decorated with white lights and red bows. This setup makes your porch inviting and festive for holiday guests. Add a rustic welcome sign with red and white lettering. Incorporate a red and white checkered rug for warmth. These touches create a charming outdoor space that extends your holiday decor beyond the indoors. Vintage bathroom accents. Add subtle holiday cheer to your bathroom with vintage touches. Use red and white striped towels hung on a rustic wooden ladder. Place a vintage mason jar with red berries and white candles on the counter for a festive accent. Incorporate a small wreath with red ribbons on the mirror. A white ceramic pitcher filled with pine branches adds a rustic touch. These elements keep the bathroom functional while embracing the holiday spirit in a subtle way. Use a red and white checkered shower curtain for a bold statement. Add a small chalkboard sign with a holiday quote. This setup creates a cohesive, vintage-inspired bathroom that feels festive without being overwhelming. Rustic mantel magic. Elevate your fireplace mantel with rustic holiday decor. Drape a red and white garland with pine cones and berries across the mantel. Add vintage lanterns with red candles for a warm, inviting glow that enhances the festive atmosphere. Place a wooden sign with a holiday greeting in white chalk above the mantel. Incorporate red and white stockings hung with care. These elements create a focal point that blends rustic charm with Christmas spirit. Add a small vintage mirror to reflect the candlelight. Place a basket of red and white ornaments on the hearth. This setup makes your mantel a stunning centerpiece for your holiday decor. Cozy reading nook. Create a festive reading nook with rustic charm. Use a comfy chair with a red and white throw blanket. Add a small wooden table with a vintage lamp and a stack of holiday books for a cozy vibe. Place a red and white rug under the chair for warmth. Add a basket with red ornaments and white fairy lights. This setup creates a perfect spot for relaxing with a book during the holidays. Hang a small wreath with red berries above the nook. Incorporate a red and white pillow for extra comfort. These touches make your reading nook a cozy, festive retreat for holiday relaxation. Vintage hallway glow. Brighten your hallway with vintage holiday decor. Hang a red and white garland along the staircase or wall. Add vintage frames with red and white holiday prints to create a festive yet elegant look for the space. Place a small console table with a red runner and white candles. Add a vintage mirror above to reflect the light. This setup makes your hallway feel warm and inviting, perfect for holiday guests. Incorporate a basket of red and white ornaments at the table's base. Add a small chalkboard sign with a holiday greeting. These touches create a cohesive, festive hallway that ties your decor together. Rustic guest room charm. Make your guest room festive with rustic touches. Use a white quilt with red accents on the bed paired with plaid pillows. A wooden bench with a red and white throw adds warmth and holiday spirit to the space. Place a small pine tree in a burlap sack, decorated with red ornaments. Add a vintage suitcase with white gift boxes for charm. This setup creates a welcoming space for holiday guests to feel at home. Incorporate red and white fairy lights around the window. A vintage nightstand with a red lamp completes the look, making your guest room a cozy, festive retreat for visitors. Festive home office. Add holiday cheer to your home office with rustic decor. Use a wooden desk with a red and white runner. Place a vintage lamp with a red shade and a small wreath with white berries for a festive touch. Incorporate a red and white checkered chair cushion for comfort. Add a small pine tree in a galvanized bucket, decorated with red ornaments. This setup keeps your office functional yet festive. Hang a chalkboard with a holiday quote above the desk. Place a basket of red and white stationery on the desk. These touches create a productive, festive workspace for the holiday season. Vintage kids' room fun. Create a playful, festive kids' room with vintage charm. Use red and white bedding with playful patterns. Add a small wooden rocking horse decorated with a red ribbon for a nostalgic holiday touch that kids will love. Place a red and white rug with a Christmas tree motif. Add a vintage toy chest filled with red and white stuffed animals. This setup creates a fun, festive space for kids to enjoy. Hang a red and white garland above the bed. Incorporate a small chalkboard with a holiday drawing. These elements make the kids' room feel magical and festive for the holiday season. Rustic Sunroom Serenity. Transform your sunroom with rustic holiday decor. Use wicker furniture with red and white cushions. Add a wooden coffee table with a red runner and white candles for a serene, festive atmosphere that invites relaxation. Place a small pine tree in a burlap sack, decorated with red and white ornaments. Add a vintage lantern with fairy lights for a cozy glow. This setup makes your sunroom a peaceful holiday retreat. Hang a red and white wreath on the window. Incorporate a red and white throw blanket for warmth. These touches create a serene, festive sunroom perfect for holiday relaxation. Cozy attic nook. Turn your attic into a festive retreat with rustic decor. Use a low wooden table with a red and white runner. Add a vintage armchair with a plaid throw for a cozy, holiday-inspired nook perfect for quiet moments. Place a small pine tree in a galvanized bucket, decorated with white lights. Add a basket of red ornaments for charm. This setup creates a cozy, festive attic space for relaxation or reading. Incorporate red and white fairy lights along the ceiling. A vintage rug with holiday patterns adds warmth. These elements make your attic a hidden gem for holiday enjoyment. Vintage laundry room. Add festive charm to your laundry room with vintage decor. Use red and white striped bins for storage. Place a wooden shelf with vintage jars filled with red and white ribbons for a practical yet festive touch. Incorporate a red and white checkered rug for warmth. Add a small wreath with red berries on the wall. This setup keeps your laundry room functional while embracing the holiday spirit. Hang a chalkboard sign with a holiday greeting. Use red and white dish towels for drying. These touches create a cohesive, festive laundry room that feels inviting and organized. Rustic Mudroom welcome. Create a festive mudroom with rustic charm. Use a wooden bench with red and white cushions. Add a vintage coat rack with red scarves and white mittens for a practical, holiday-inspired touch that welcomes guests. Place a galvanized bucket with red ornaments and pine branches by the door. Add a red and white rug for warmth. This setup makes your mudroom both functional and festive for the holidays. Hang a red and white wreath on the door. Incorporate a chalkboard sign with a holiday greeting. These elements create a warm, inviting mudroom that sets the holiday tone. Festive outdoor patio. Transform your patio with rustic holiday decor. Use a wooden table with a red and white runner. Add vintage lanterns with red candles for a warm, festive glow that enhances outdoor holiday gatherings. Place a small pine tree in a burlap sack, decorated with white ornaments. Add a red and white throw blanket on a chair. This setup creates a cozy, festive patio for holiday entertaining. Hang a red and white garland along the railing. Incorporate a vintage sign with a holiday greeting. We hope you enjoyed these decor ideas. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to Decor Studio for more inspiration.